What's good, YouTube?
I'm back again with another video, but this time is going to be a story time, and this is about the time I almost died. So this was on a random Sunday, and I was so little. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I was just sitting on my couch, chilling, watching Ben 10, getting angry that Ben 10 was not choosing my favorite aliens, and then suddenly I hear this knock on my door. I get off the couch, I walk 3 steps to my door and open it, and I see this tall ass man, and I raise my head up to see this tall ass man waiting outside my door, and then he welcomes himself in, and behind him was my mother's friend who I know. So I assumed they both know each other, and guess what? That guy was my mother's friend's son. Let's call that guy George. So my mother's friend dropped George in our house because he had some work, and George was way older than me. He was maybe like 14 or 15, something like that, and I was 7. So George and I were not vibing. But I have a brother and a sister, so we 3 were just goofing around with George, and it was getting kind of boring, so we decided that we'd go to the beach. But before going to the beach, we were really hungry, so we stopped near this fast food place and we ate pizza, and the cheese was dripping from the pizza and it was all good. And then we went to the beach. The beach was so beautiful that day, and it was so windy, and I could literally see the waves running towards me, and little me was out there making sand castles, running around the sand. And George decided that we had to go down and make our feet touch the ocean water, and we were like, that's not a bad plan, so like, yeah, let's go. And then we went down, and then we put our feet in the water. It was so cool, it was so windy, and the breeze was just hitting my face. Oh my god, I felt like I was in heaven, and we were just enjoying, me, George, my siblings, my mother. We were holding hands, we were just enjoying the view, and then all of a sudden this wave just hits us in the face and takes us into the ocean. The next thing I know, I see my mother, my brother, my sister, and George. And then my eyes closed. I was not able to process anything. And my brother knew how to swim. They both were safe, and they got my sister and my mother up, and it was all good. It was all nice. We were all fine. But me, I didn't know what was happening. My eyes just closed, and the next thing I know, I'm basically in the middle of the ocean, stranded in this. I was not stranded, but I was way further than my family members, and I was so tiny back then. I was so thin. I weighed nothing practically. The ocean was just taking me in. I was just floating on the water. The next thing I remember, I look towards the side to see my sister, my brother, my mother, and George, all of them shouting my name. They were crying because I think they were thinking that they lost me or something, because I was too far away. Okay, I was too far away. And then little me didn't know what was happening, and I was crying in the ocean. And then I just closed my eyes. After like 2 minutes, I feel someone hold me, and it was the lifeguard who was there, and I held on to him while he swam back to the sand. I was basically sleeping unconscious, and they did some shit to wake me up. I know, CPR or some shit. Probably not CPR, it was not that intense, but still, they did something to wake me up. And the lifeguard was a bit angry on us, a bit irritated, because it seems that earlier on the news there was a broadcast which said that it was dangerous to go to the beach that day, as the waves are I don't know, they say some shit like the waves are higher than usual, something like that, some scientific shit, and that we were not supposed to go there. So we came back home, and then I vomited, and I had a nice bath, and I just sat there for a second while I was thinking about my whole life ahead when I was literally 7, and then I looked at George straight into the eyes. If that guy didn't come that day and knocked on my door, I would not have nearly died that day. I would have just watched Ben 10 in peace. But yeah, that's pretty much how I almost died. But as you can see, I'm still here, and now I have become one of the mermaids, and I enjoy my life to the fullest. I hope. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video, and don't forget to drink milk, don't do drugs, eat your pills. Bye bye.